Welcome back, adventurers. It is Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It's good to see everybody. I got the boy back here. He started hanging out on my desk. Is that right, buddy? Is that right? He had a doctor's appointment this morning, which luckily was encouraging. They said he's very responsive to medication, which is encouraging. We don't know for sure yet, but the fact that he's responsive to medication, they said, is a good thing, considering that apparently cats with FIP tend to be difficult. Medication tends to struggle, and that they said that his left eye, the eye the infection was originally in, is quiet, whereas cats with FIP, their symptoms tend to simmer and then flare up, and that it's very rarely just quiet. Whereas his right eye is starting to get better, his left eye is still quiet. So that's good news, and hopefully encouraging. How is everybody? It's good to see you guys. We're just chilling today. We have a whole day of just chilling. We're gonna vibe. We're gonna chat. It's been a while since we've done a just chatting stream. I'd love to hear how everyone's doing, what everyone's up to. I feel like I would love to just have the chance to catch up with everybody since it's been a bit. I know there's been a lot going on. I have a lot to talk about. I hope everyone else has stuff that they would like to share. And I do pretty desperately need one of these bad boys. This is not yet sponsored time because I need a pick-me-up. So, cheers, chat. 3, 2, 1. Oh, hold on. I'm going to try. There we go. Oh, that got me pretty good. Here we go. Ready? Come on. Oh, I'm like actually pressing the glass. That's probably not great. Come on. There we go. Where is it? There it is. Look at that. I'm gonna need to get that off the glass. Where's the... Cheers, chat. Cheers, Nick. Hello, buddy. T-Money, how are you? How's life? Saber, hello. Me. Get that right there. That seems good. Yeah, I can't see it anymore, so that counts. Hey, what are you doing there? Adventuring? Yes, how is everybody? T-Money, hello. Song request is on. If anyone would like to request tunes, you can do so. Music is available. We're doing just chatting today. We've got Mage Arena on Thursday. And then next week, for the first time in a long time, we're caught up on VODs, which means that next week on the VOD channel, we're going to actually start having some offline content. We're going to have some new episodes. I'm going to film some stuff this week I'm hoping to do. This week, it's been interesting because on the one hand, so my job has been crazy for about 3 years, 2.5 years. My job's been very crazy. I've been a team of one. I've been very overloaded. This year, everyone's been saying that's been a slow year. And I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't really feeling that it was a slow year up until about the last 3 weeks. And some of that time I was off, right? Some of that time I went to Denver for a wedding. And then I've been dealing with all the Knicks stuff. So like work has become a little lighter, a little slower. It's a slow year for my company, but I've been dealing with all this personal stuff on the side with Nick's medical stuff. I spent a lot of time once I got home before Tot got back working on a lot of different projects. Kind of knocking out some things that I'd really wanted to do. And so now I'm getting to the point that like I'm able to work forward on some things I haven't been able to do. Now that the Knicks stuff is kind of getting somewhat settled, crossing fingers, knocking on wood, and then I'm in this kind of lighter work period. I've been dedicating more time to the podcast. We've got some really big plans. We had an episode come out this last weekend that was my double feature for the Hex cycle that we're in right now. We watched Wreck and Willow Creek. That episode came out Sunday. And we're planning to do some really cool stuff for the end of the first season of the podcast leading into season 2. I still don't know where the other mushroom is, by the way. The other mushroom has vanished from existence. So we have the green mushroom, but the red mushroom is gone. And we're hoping it'll turn up. But currently its whereabouts are entirely unknown. Yes, we released the merch line Hermes design for the Positively Perfect line. Thank you so much again to Nugget for those gifted merch items. We raised about $100 to help with Nixon's medical expenses just from Nugget's donations. And I did in fact get the mug. The mug's super cute. I saw some people in the Discord got the mug too. That's exciting. What else are we working on? My list. There we go. You can be there. I have a stream reward that I'm trying to work on. That is a little bit different than some of the other ones we've done, but I think it could be cool. It will take a little bit of work. Like I said, I'm going to start recording some offline episodes this week. I know ages ago you guys voted that you wanted Hollow Knight for the first offline game. That's going to be the first offline game. I already have one episode recorded from like last fall, but I'm going to continue where we left off, and I'm going to get some episodes in the can for that. I have some magic packs to open. I'm going to record those and make that into an episode, since I know not everybody's into the magic recordings on stream. So right now, at least, I'm leaning towards having that be an offline recording and posting it on the VOD channel. I did get some equipment to upgrade it. We're going to do it with a phone camera instead, so it's a little bit sharper this time. I want to work on a new raid sequence. I think that could be cool. So there's like a couple small projects here that I'm trying to do. And then I'm trying to see what kind of games we might be able to mix into stream, because I'll be honest, I feel like I'm in a little bit of a game rut. I don't know how much of, like, I feel like we've been doing the same games again for a while. And I know I don't want to do Wildgate. I want to. I just can't pick it up right now. I'm trying to avoid spending as much money as possible, considering how much we've had to drop on Nyx. July was just a very expensive month, so I'm in a little bit of financial recovery mode. But Wildgate is top of my list to pick up. It is one that I want to pick up. Before everything went down in July, I picked up some single player games I think will be good for offline stuff. But I don't know that any of them are going to be good for stream necessarily, because they're all single player stuff and they're long. So, but Wildgate is on my list. There's a couple of like smaller, I don't know if they're like demo level games. But like in the $10 or less range that like we've been finding. I know Marvel Rivals new season comes out in like 2 weeks. So we'll definitely have some content on that. We already are recording Rin. Hey! Hey! We're already recording a short for Blade, considering Blade will be coming out in the new season, and our prediction video for Blade is so spot on, it's incredible. So we're making a really funny concept short for that'll be coming out I think tomorrow. And then we've got some peak content, some Among Us content, some what did we do last week? Dead by Daylight. I just got a ping. T-Money, you're too nice. Thank you, sir. You might just give me Wildgate. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Your generosity knows no bounds. Jade, hello. And Rin, thank you for the 52 months. I appreciate it a lot. Cheers, sir. I appreciate you. I'm really excited to play it. I think that like it looks super fun. And from what I've heard, that they balanced it better since the beta. Yes, sir. It's not food time yet. You still got 15 minutes. Your mom's going to take care of you. What else? The headphones are fixed. I got new headphones. They sent me a replacement. I'm very excited about it because this cup was coming off. And so that's fixed. What else? There's something else I wanted to share with you guys. Headphones are fixed. Nix is looking better. We're not out of the woods yet, but things are encouraging right now. They have their first update coming Thursday. Also, we need a fourth. I need another bad game on the team to counteract Death's awesomeness. Okay. Wow. Has Death kidnapped your keyboard, sir? That doesn't sound like you. If Death were here, he'd be flipping out right now. That's exciting. I'll install that right now. That's fun. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Thank you. I will be at TwitchCon again this year. Anyone who's going to TwitchCon, I would love to say hi. I'll be there for work, but I should be pretty available to kind of see people and hang out and catch up. So please, 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 if you are going to TwitchCon, let me know. I would love to see you. I'm also, like I said, because I'm in a game rut, I'm doing a little bit of like reflection on the live aspect of content creation. Because here's the thing, full transparency. July was a huge month for the YouTube. It was our highest amount of views in a month on YouTube ever. Our shorts are growing a lot, which is super exciting. And I love that. I love that a lot. I know Hermes works incredibly hard on the shorts, and his help is invaluable. Jade has also kind of come into the fold and is helping us pull clips for the stream, which is why you'll see her in like the clip leaderboard and why she's posting clips in Messenger Media. Which, reminder for anybody can post clips in Messenger Media. If there's a moment you would like to be considered for a short, Messenger Media is the place to put it. Or you can just share clips of anything in ShareStation. That's what it's for. So definitely, please feel free to share stuff that you'd like people to watch. But July was a huge month for shorts, and the YouTube stuff has been getting a lot more views. We're at almost 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is crazy. On the Twitch side, I'll admit we haven't been. It's been odd because our viewership has been very good on Twitch. Our viewership has been kind of steadily growing in the high mid-teens, high teens, low 20s, which like is usually about where we've had like our highest viewership consistently. But we've been bleeding followers, which is very strange. And so that's been kind of, and then that coupled with the fact that I've been, like I said, I've been in a bit of a game rut. I've been kind of evaluating like what I want to do about live content. Because I also think that we have kind of a divide in the community and what people would like to see. I don't want to be somebody who plays the same games over and over, but we've already discussed that like single player games, which are like kind of my favorite, are the things that I don't really stream feet only. All right. Socks coming off. Like the narrative, like adventure-y, action-y games that are kind of my bread and butter, the single player story games, those are tough for stream unless they're short, and there's not a lot of short single player games out there anymore. And so I do think that that's like the VOD channel is a great place for that stuff to live, and that kind of will be the new home of that. But then that leaves, when we're on stream, it's like multiplayer and or like chill stuff like Power Wash Simulator, or just straight up multiplayer games. Rin, cheers. Also, I don't know why that didn't pop up. I didn't see your treat, but here. Nix, guess what? Rin got you a treat. Did you see how big his eyes got there? His eyes got so big. Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't see it at first for some reason, but I did it. 5 minutes. I'm sorry. I should probably put a sound on it. That would probably be helpful. Oh. Now he's looking for more. His eyes got very big. He's behind chat and I'm on my phone, so no. Oh no. Okay, well, fair. His eyes got very big. Yeah, so I'm kind of trying to figure out what all we want to prioritize for live content. So if anybody who is interested in chiming in, I put a thread and feedback forum in the Discord of saying like, what is your favorite type of stuff to see? So everybody can kind of chime in with things that they would like to see more of on stream. Nemesis, ever played Firewatch? It's a chill single player. I have seen some of it. I don't know if I own it. I've owned it for a long time. I've never played it. It's one that I would like to do. It's also not terribly long, right? How long to beat? Also, Redneck, hello. 4 hours? Oh man. Well, that'd be a great VOD then. I could do that in like a couple of odd episodes. 9 hours full complete. Was that like 100%ing or is that like extras? Yes. Is it? %. Okay, yeah, not a bad game. I know I watched someone play it a year or two back. Yeah, I like games that we can finish in like a stream or two. I don't think are too bad, because then we can do it on stream, or if it's something that isn't pure story based, like if it has roguelike-y elements or stuff that like adds variety, that's fine. I think it's tough because like I don't want to wax too philosophical here. So like tell me how deep you guys want to go, because I don't want to bore you guys. In an ideal world, right? I'll just say this. In an ideal world, if I had all the time in the world and all the money in the world, I would love to do like basically like YouTube video style variety content on Twitch, like game shows and like competitions and like come up with wacky, fun, crazy, challengey, unique experiences, like what we did with the 100-layer PB&J, or like Sasha and I's painting challenge. Like I would love to do just that type of stuff all the time. Those things just require a lot of prep and usually require at least a little bit of money per thing to like get supplies and stuff. There is a world in which I start mixing more of that in. I would love to do some cooking streams. I would love to do some more IRL stuff. I'm looking into seeing if I can make a better mobile rig without the full backpack. Because the backpack is cool, but the backpack is expensive. The backpack is $300 a month just to turn on. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It works, but it screws up a lot, and it screws up more than I feel like is justified for its price. Consistently, yes, it has consistency issues. Well, Rin, I mean, today's the day to have it if you want, or like I said, if you don't want to say it on stream, there's a thread in the Discord. Blitzpup, hello. But I would love to do more live stuff and do some more adventure-y things, but I'm trying to figure out if I can make a better, more efficient rig for that, both price-wise and like consistency of quality-wise, because I feel like that could be very good. I would love to do more of that. I'm also highly considering going back to 5:30 now that I feel like I can justify it. More because I got to run out of here to my dentist appointment. Oh, goodness. That's a late dentist appointment. But yes, please let me know. We do have a stretch break coming up in 3 minutes. So if you need to get water, if you need to use the restroom, if you need to stretch your legs, look out the window, touch grass. That'll be a great opportunity to do that. So, yeah, these are things I'm thinking about. Because, like, ideally, I would love to just do that. I would love to be, like, a true variety streamer in the sense of not just variety games, like actually doing, like, fun, crazy challenges with friends and, like, game shows and, going on adventures and stuff. It's just that stuff is difficult to facilitate. See my cup and it's awesome. Hell yeah, redneck. If you want, feel free to post the picture in the Discord. We love to. I always love to not only see people receiving their stuff, but it's important to me that people get like are happy with the quality of the merch. So let me know what you think, please. I'd love to see you see Cap explores the world, then YouTube choose your own adventure style, random small request. So we do have. I was saying last year I did a lot of IRL content where we went to Santa Monica Pier and we went to a park and I streamed from TwitchCon all weekend. ETA for my weather is in the next week or two. For your weather? Oh, for the sweater. This is also a shameless plug to mention your merch. I mean, I'll be fully transparent. I am bad at plugging my stuff, but my mods tell me I need to do it more. So I guess, shameless plug section for things you may not know we have. One, I am on a podcast, a horror podcast. If you're in a horror, exclamation point podcast. I'm in a horror podcast with some buddies, and I'm actually really proud of it. I really think that the quality is very high compared to most podcasts. We put out episodes every 2 weeks. We're about to put out our 23rd or 24th episode. And we're about to hit season 2, and season 2 is going to ramp up, and we have some big surprises planned. So if you're into horror, that's one. We have a Patreon if you would like to support the stream more directly, because of course subscribing is nice. Subscribing helps and bits help. But of course Twitch takes a hefty percentage of subs, and bits, it takes a hefty percentage from you guys, because when you guys buy bits, it takes a chunk off the purchase, whereas bits are straight converted to creators, but subscriptions, creators only get about 50% of subscriptions. So you get a ton of perks for being subscribed on Twitch, like no ads and emotes and all that fun stuff, which is great. But if you want to support the stream more directly, we have a Patreon, and we have a bunch of perks with the Patreon, both associated with the Minecraft server. I send out stickers once a month, which, speaking of stickers, we are in the process of making new ones. I'm a couple months behind on sending out stickers because we ran out. We make them ourselves. I have added a bunch more stickers, so there's going to be a lot more variety of stickers for everybody who's part of the Patreon. And we are working on it. We were actually hoping to finish it this weekend, but we added so many that's taking a little longer than we anticipated. But we're hoping to have it wrapped up like this week-ish, and then we're going to mail them out. So but yeah, I send out stickers to all the Patreon supporters. We do have a Patreon. I'm gonna put together a photo of all the ones I've gotten soon once I find them all. Hell yeah. Also, Rin, just a heads up, I don't know if you ever hooked up yours again after your card thing. I don't know if you are aware of that or not, but just a heads up. So yes, we do have that. Of course, we've got the YouTube channel. I post shorts on the YouTube 3 times a week with the help of Hermes and Jade. That is almost at 1,000 followers, which is massive. And me! Hey! Hey! And me, hello! Thank you so much for 25 months. I appreciate you. What else? We have the VOD channel, which not only has every VOD from the stream, minus like, there's a period of time where the VOD channel didn't exist, and there was also a period of time where the VOD channel was under maintenance. So we did lose a chunk. It's been so wacky for payments, figuring out what's going where. That's totally fair. After one of my sister's dong home. Thank you for the lurk. Enjoy your dong home. So there's a chunk of VODs that are missing, but all the recent stuff for sure. You can find all the VODs there. Hold on one second. On stream. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. And this, I think this is the second time she's tried to call me while I've been on stream. So I was like, hey, I'm on stream. Yes, the VOD channel has all of the stream VODs, but it also has our D&D episodes, our entire D&D campaign on there. And honestly, most of the following for the VOD channel is from the D&D campaign, which is hilarious. And then we're about to start putting offline episodes of like single player games and stuff on there, so that we have like almost like game series that we do on or off stream on there. If we ever do a game on stream, it will be on there as a VOD, but then also games that I play off stream will be recorded in the Discord. And one of the Patreon perks is that you can be a part of those recordings and hang out and watch me record them. We have a merch store. The merch store has a bunch of fun stuff. Some of it's branded for the channel. Some of it's just fun and silly. Some of it's like one of my favorites is it's not branded for anything we have. We have this cutie patootie sweater, and it's like metal, like horror-y text saying cutie patootie. I think it's great. I love it. But we have a bunch of stuff in there that's super fun. And if you're subscribed on Twitch, you get 5% off. So is there anything else I need to plug? The Discord. We have a bunch of friends and lovely people in the Discord. If you'd like to make new friends or game with people, find other people who play games that you like. We have a book club in the Discord. We have a bunch of channels for fun things like food and pets and pictures and games and all sorts of things. Mental health, art, any other plugs? We do merch giveaways every 25 subs. That count resets every month. Mods, I hope you're proud of me. I'm not good at plugging myself. Am I missing anything? We have a Minecraft server. If you like Minecraft, we have a member server that allows you to play both creative and survival in the same server with all of your friends. And usually Knick-Knack and Hermes are Minecraft wizards who have made it a beautiful, beautiful server. And I can take very little credit for it because I am only the owner of the server. They made it pretty much everything it is. But it is for our community. So if that's something that you are interested in. Also, hi, L. What is L? I don't know what that smiley face was, but that's how my day is going. Fair. You see, the L with the equals and the smiley face looks questionable. I'm just going to call it what it is. It's questionable. We have Random Encounter. Random Encounter is a great one that I need to plug. Random Encounter is a segment that we do once every month. It is usually the second Tuesday of every month. We didn't have one in July because of circumstances, but this next one's going to be Ghostly. Ghostly's going to be our Random Encounter next week on Tuesday. And Random Encounter is literally an opportunity for the community to get to know other members of the community better. You can apply. There's a form in the Discord. There's a channel called Encounter Entry, and it just has a little Google form that you fill out with your info, and then at the end of every month we draw a person from all of the people that have entered the Google form, and that person gets to come on stream with me, and we have like a little interview podcasty segment where I talk to you and get to know you, and we talk about who you are and like what you like and what you'd like other members of the community to know about you and how you found the community, and also what we can talk about whatever you want. And every random encounter is different because everybody's different, but it's a great way for the community to get to know you. And if that's something that you're interested in, you can find it in the Discord in Encounter Entry, and just fill out that little form and you could be our next guest. I think we're down to only a couple. It's Ghostly next week, and then I think we have Bean Whale is still in the pool. So chances are pretty high to get picked if it's something that you're interested in. We've been doing it for about a year. Let's go! Hey! Hey! So anyone is eligible. Encounter. All you have to do is fill out the form. Jackie, thank you for the 15 months with Prime. You only have one of those. So the fact that you used to hear means a lot. Thank you. Looking forward to it, Ghostly. And I'm so sorry. Like I everybody, I'll be super honest with you. I was the reason that July got skipped because July was crazy and I messed up the scheduling. Callista, thank you for the lurk. But yes, anyone can be on Random Encounter. Everyone is welcome. The only thing that I ask is, if possible, I do ask that you have a camera, just because that way people can actually see you talk. It can be tough when I'm talking to a profile picture for an hour, hour and a half. That's really the only request I have. Generally, though, like I said, it's totally open. So that's a super fun thing. And then also the last Friday of every month, we have Friendly Friday, which is a community night. We do it in Discord. We play group games. You guys get to vote on what games we play, and then we all play together. I try and keep them as either games that are free or are like less than $10 to pick up, and have large lobbies of like at least 6 to 8 people or more, so that everyone can participate. And I think that's everything. Moz, did I miss anything? Is there anything that you wish I would plug more that I didn't plug? I'm bad at plugging myself. Sasha, can you feed them? I'm gonna scan through my own Discord, see if there's anything I missed. Honestly, the last 2 Friendly Fridays have led to some of our best shorts recently too, which is fun. Oh, movie nights. We have monthly movie nights in the Discord. Sometimes run by me, sometimes run by mods. I believe Jade is working on a plan to get like more regular movie nights in the Discord. And so there's a tag that you can pick up in the Discord called Cinephile, where you get flagged for movie nights, and then we all just watch a movie in the Discord together. I think that's everything. And I guess one just point of order for everyone's edification, we also have different channels in the Discord that, like, some of them are public to hang out in with other people and just like have people come and go and chat and hang out, and low stakes. And then we have some more intensive channels that are like for people who are either specifically working on a project together or playing a game together, that are calling out comms that maybe they don't want other people in. So the Discord is structured in a way that pretty much anything that you would want, there are specific channels for those things, so that if you're more introverted and you only want to be with people that you know, you can be in a channel where it's a smaller group and it's limited in size, or where people generally are going to ask permission before they join, like the adventurers guilds, or if you're somebody who's just social and wants to hang out and talk to people, and are okay with people coming in and saying hi and participating, that's what the taverns are for. So is that it? Did I cover everything? I think that's everything. I'm out of breath. I need a drink. Did I miss anything, chat? Did I do a good job? Mods, are you proud of me? So yeah, that's the whole shtick. Yeah, how is everybody? What's going on with all your lives? I feel like it's been a while since we've had a just chatting stream. We've just gotten to hang out and chat. So I would love to hear how everyone's life is going. I would love to hear what's going on with you guys. If anyone does want to hop into call, you are welcome to as well. I'm happy to open up Peanut Gallery. If anybody wants to chill and chat. But this is just a chill stream. This is an opportunity for me to, I'll be honest, like I said, I was in a game rut and I didn't know what I wanted to play that felt like it was good for stream. And I felt like it had been a while since I just kind of like sat here and was like, hey guys, how are you? I'm about ready to venture up to Sturgis. What is Sturgis? Is that a town? So yeah, I figured it'd be fun to have like a just chatting stream and hang out and chat with you guys. Talk about whatever you would like. Oh, also, if you ever have any suggestions, content you'd like to see, a game you'd like to see me play, emotes you would like added, merch you would like added, I am always open to suggestions, and I want to make sure that you guys have the things that you would like to see or that you would like available. I want to be able to provide those things to you. So feel free. We have a couple different channels in the Discord for suggestions for things. Please, 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 if you have an idea that you're excited about that you would like to see, edit my way. I know Treble recently suggested that I do a merch shirt where I am Ryan Ross from Panic at the Disco, because of how often I get it with like my face on his body. I don't know if I'm going to do exactly that, but I do have a fun, I think, creative twist on the idea that I want to make. I think it would be super fun. I also want to make more like, I've talked about with my mods, I want to make more like mental health, positive mental attitude, like just general positivity merch, and make that a line as well. It's a motorcycle rally. Oh, in South Dakota. Oh, in the Dakotas. I know almost nothing about motorcycles, but we do have a couple bikers in the community. I know Whiskey is a big biker. I know Salsa is a biker. And there was a period of time years ago where they made I think they called themselves the Captain's Cavalry or something, and they made like a patch. Back when I was still Captain Rockab, it was a whole thing. This was like COVID time though, so this was a long time ago. I don't remember all the details. It was hilarious. So, yes, how are your guys' life? What's happening? Redneck's going up to Sturgis for a motorcycle rally. That'll be fun. How long is it? How far is it from you? Do you get to take off work? I know nothing about motorcycle rallies other than that it involves motorcycles and probably a lot of like muscled, tattooed, and potentially bearded men. And a lot of leather, both on and off the bikes. These are the things I know. I'm listening. Jesus Christ, Jackie. Oh my God. 9-hour drive. I'm going up there week after the rally. Oh, interesting. I have bearded tattoo. I heard bearded tattooed men. And lots of topless humans. Well, welcome back, Jackie. I'm glad that you started listening at that point. Like I said, Song Quest is on. So if anyone wants to put in some music, feel free. And if anyone doesn't know how, feel free to ask. I'm allergic to alcohol, so I don't drink. It's mainly for riding the twisty roads, and I'll be up there a week. Got it. Okay. So you're going up for the rally and then staying for a week is what I'm getting. And you're just going to ride around. That'll be fun. Motorcycling is something that I would love to do, but I've never lived in a place that it's really safe to do it. Like motorcycling in Los Angeles is a death sentence. I think the rally lasts a week. It was my 5-year anniversary of being a homeowner. Hello, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's super cool. Please do not bike in LA. Yeah, no. It's literally, actually, there is a person who went to college with most of the people who are in chat right now, who was in the theater department with me, who was out here and was biking and got smeared across the pavement. It's a group of old guys I ride with, and we can do the whole week in an Airbnb for $600. That sounds like a blast. How many guys? There's 9 of us. That's awesome. So you guys are going for like basically like $70 a person. That's wild. Are you guys biking up there? I mean, I guess you'd have to, right? You're gonna bike up, Airbnb, bike around, and then bike back. That's a whole adventure. 600 with food for each person, and yes, that's crazy. Oh, it's 600 per person. Understood. That's a big difference. And the one guy hauls his. Got it. Okay. 3,600 miles. That's a long way. A long way. How cheap for a week-long vacay? That's true. Wow. Do-do-do. Do-do. Yeah, motorcycle rallies is something I know very little about, but that sounds super fun. What else? I know Tot and I are seeing Fantastic Four tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We're planning on seeing it tomorrow. Mind you, I still live within a short distance of Weast since I was going home to farm on the weekends. I see. Fair enough. Yeah, the Dakotas are quite away from Hayes. That would make sense. That's a long... How many hours is that of biking? There's no way that you do that in a day. That's got to be a couple day trip, right? Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, LA to Denver is like 400 miles, and that's a 16-hour drive. But that, admittedly, is getting out of LA, and then, but then there's like, a day, it's 9 hours for 3,600 miles. Or are you talking 3,600 miles, including all the stuff up there? Am I losing my mind? I thought LA to Denver was like 400 miles. The whole trip. Oh, okay. Understood. I was like, how fast are you going? Okay. I'm with you now. I'm on the same page. I was mistaken. Nebraska isn't that big. That's true. And the nice thing about some of those like more rural states is that you've got much more open road to deal with and higher speed limits. LA to Denver is like 1,000 miles. I thought it was like 400. Let me look. Not flights. I want map. Oh, you're right. It is 1,000 miles. Then am I mixing it up with? I think I might be mixing up Denver to Hayes. Was Denver to Hayes 400 miles? Yeah, Denver to Hayes was 350. I'm mixing up my math. You guys are right. Also, Blitz. Let me see if any of them are around. I think Tot was feeding them. Let's see if one of them comes up. Oh, Nova hears it. Hi, Nova. Nova. Oh, they're both coming. Oh, he's here first. They're getting trained to the shaking. It can be later. Too late. He was so ready. He knows. Well, here. I'll give Nova one because Nyx has technically gotten two. Nova. Nova. Here you go, girly. She's not good. She's not as good as jumping as he is. He's a more nimble jumper. Look how hyper he is about it. Maybe I've looked up Drive Time to LA a few times to come and see my favorite human. And by favorite human, she means Tot. Hello. What are you? You're just hyped for treats, and now I can't pet you. Is that the deal? Yep, you're hyper. You got the zoomies because you just ate. I understand. Tot is a wonderful human. Can confirm. But what else is new, chat? What's going on? Tell me about life. How's it treating everybody? Here, actually, while we're here, I'll give you guys a sneak peek. Honestly, even beyond a sneak peek, maybe you guys can help me decide. So, remember I said I was working on a new reward? Still, I didn't ask for talking. A low fun fact for chat, it's actually cheaper to get a restored cast iron skillet versus a new one. I mean, that makes sense. Most restored things are cheaper than a new one. I don't know if I would trust a restored cast iron skillet, but that's my opinion. All right, here. So chat, remember I said I was working, one of the things I want to work on is I have an idea for a new reward. So for one thing, I want to make a new raid alert. I think a new raid alert would be really cool. All right, hold on. They're going to come run in again. Comes Nova. Gotten 2. It's Nova's turn. Let me pick you up. Ready? One for you. Go. Here, you guys can see her. There she is. I just gave her one. Guys, we can't have all of them. She already got it. It was her turn. The rule usually is good cast iron stuff. Just got to clean and then season it good. That makes sense. All right. I was telling you guys about how I have an idea for a new reward. Because so we have a bunch, as you guys know, our channel points, we have a bunch of different channel points that you can use for things, some of which are like green screen effects and stuff. This is an idea that I have because right now we have a gap in our channel points. I tried to make one for like each 1,000 mark. And we currently don't have a 4,000 point emote or reward because it used to be to redeem to get a Discord movie night. And now we're doing more Discord movie nights and more people are hosting them of their own volition. So it didn't feel fair to have that for a point. For a point redemption. So I've been coming up with new and creative, I've been trying to come up with a creative reward to replace it. And basically the thing that I've come up with is there's these people who have come up with ways to make like 16-bit, 8-bit like camera filters. Like this is one of like, it has like this retro look to it. Make it look kind of Sony-ish or like old PlayStation-y. Or there's also like this one, which like we could do some different cool stuff with, of like, this could be like a cool like horror-y filter for like Halloween time. And you can make different color combinations to get like different kind of graphic vibes. So I would love to like, one of the things I'd like to do is I'm going to try and set aside some time to like figure out how these work and get a cool couple like 8-bitty 16-bitty filters set up that you guys can activate with channel points to like turn me 16-bit and like make me look retro. And like maybe even different styles, right? Of like, if like we're playing a horror game and we set up one of these ones that's like this like black red look, that could be really cool. Whereas like having like a more generic like PS1 vibe. So like that's the concept. I need to figure it out and I need to see how well it works because A, I need to like learn how to piece it all together properly and make it actually look good. And B, I want it to be, it has to be satisfying and it has to look good. And it has to be certain quality for the amount of points, but it also can't be too long because if it's too long, Hermes will kill me because he's worried that it's going to like mess up potential clips and stuff. So we'll see. That's so funny. What's so funny? I was just saying this. I am trying to respect the balance. Charge you hello. I think it can be done well without being too intrusive. I believe it can be done. I just need to experiment with it, right? I haven't touched it yet. So that is my hope. I think it's a cool idea. Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, right? You hate a lot of things. And a lot of the things that you hate, I also love. And I can't, I'm never gonna, there's no way I'm ever gonna keep you happy all the time, Hermes. I love you to death. You're impossible to keep happy all the time. Can you record face cam separately? So I actually do that when I record. I have it so that I always have my face cam recording when I record things. When I stream, it currently doesn't, but it is something that I could do. It does record with no audio. So it would have to be matched up with the audio from stream, but it is something that I could do. Yes. Which I guess could solve that if I set it up to record streams too. I just have to be careful to manage memory, you know. But Hermes, I love you to death. I'm there's no way I'm ever gonna keep you happy forever. The feet came for the other site. What? Oh, the feet cam for the other site. Why are you outing me like this, man? What the hell? That's supposed to be a secret. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if I would ever do Feet Finder. I don't know that that's my thing. Also, I just watched Nova like completely flop over on herself. Like it looked like she ate shit, but she just flopped over on purpose? Question mark. So. But yes, reminder, song request is on. If anyone wants to request some tunes, you can. So the music playing on stream will be whatever you would like to play. Also, if anyone wants to chat, I'm like, feel free, either toss it in chat, or I do have Peanut Gallery open if anyone wants to hop in Peanut Gallery and hang out and talk too. You guys are all welcome. This is a chill hangout vibe stream where we're just doing our thing. You have a question? Fire, please. Yes. Who is your favorite artist? Like visual artist, musical artist, art like artists? Like artist is a very broad term. What kind of artist are we talking? I also will warn you, I'm bad at favorites. Visual, but then musical. Oy. So visual, I don't know if I have an artist, but I'm a huge fan of the Baroque period. Like Baroque, like Renaissance era paintings are my shit. And also marble sculptures, dude. Marble sculptures are my shit. I love marble. Gabriel Piccolo. I don't know who that is. But yeah, like Renaissance, Baroque level shit. Like is it Impressionism? Is Impressionism the Renaissance stuff? Pot would know this better than me. But like that era, if anybody knows art, that era. I love that, and I love marble. Marble especially Wendell. Marble sculptures are fucking insane. Musical artist is a very hard question. I like a lot of different genres. I pretty much listen to everything. Oh, I can look at Gabriel Piccolo. That's true. Here, let's do that real quick. And I see your question, Death. I will get to it in a moment. Gabriel Piccolo. Oh, this guy's modern. Oh, this is the guy who did the Raven thing, isn't he? Yeah. I remember you and I talked about this because of he did the certain Teen Titans arc. Did he also do Invincible? That's hilarious. Let me look up Impressionism and see if Okay, no, Impressionism isn't it. Baroque art. Rococo. That's the word I'm looking for. Rococo. This shit, dude. I love this era of art. Rococo art. Oh my God, dude. I fawn over this shit. So yeah, this like specifically I love I know that this is like one of the staple I need to be on the other side. I know this is one of the staple paintings for this movement. But like Baroque, I don't remember the name of where you got like these dark backgrounds either. But like all of that, all of it. All of it, all of it, all of it. But I'll be honest, I don't know any paintings well enough to like any specific artwork enough to name artists. But so that's a thing. And then musical art, the tough thing about musical artists is the fact that like I listen to basically everything except mumble rap, hardcore screamo, and like full industrial are really like the only things I don't really enjoy listening to. I listen to a lot of stuff. And so like it's I don't know if I have like one overall favorite artist. I could John Powell's one of my favorite composers. I think he's one of the most accomplished composers. Michael Giacchino. Heavy hello. Those are up there. I've returned from the dong running. Can we play Power Rangers on Fortnite? Sure. I mean, I'm always down to play Fortnite. I'm not a huge Power Rangers guy, but I'm down. What's been your favorite thing of 2025 so far? 2025 hasn't been a great year for the world. Honestly, kind of hanging with you guys. I'll be honest. Like most of the outside life stuff has been kind of all over the place. And so like how much the Discord's grown and the YouTube and like the amount of people engaging with the community and the content, I think is probably my favorite part of 2025 so far. How's my day going? It is good. I haven't been very motivated today. So Toronto, I will say actually, Toronto was very good. Toronto is up there. Toronto was a great trip and is one of the highlights of 2025. But yeah, I wasn't very motivated today, so I didn't do as I was pretty productive most of this week, and today I was a little bit more lazy. But I also haven't slept great the last 2 nights because we stayed up late 2 nights ago, and then last night we went to bed at a good time, but I had to wake up early because of Nix's appointment, so I'm out of it today. How much a Nintendo 2 Switch cost? Yes, I can. Nintendo Switch 2 price. $450. MSRP. US. Let's go, Heavy. I know Death's had a rough day because Death ordered a Switch and was delivered an empty box, which is bullshit, and I'm so sorry. Also, hold on, I'm gonna turn on the fan real quick. I'll let the emote battle play for half a second while I turn the fan on. There we go. Get a little more light in here. I saw Addo. I don't know who Addo is either. Yeah, I love that old fashioned Baroque level art. It's my favorite. I just feel like the color saturation is so good. I feel like you don't really see a lot of really like nature depicted that well. That's one of the ones that Death had ordered, I think. Most famous for doing 2022 era One Piece music. That's fair. They're so good. They're so good. It's just so rich. And I tend to lean towards paintings with either a lot of nature in them or very stark, contrasty, dramatic, humanistic elements. Like a lot of the like Roman deco stuff. Is that a word? Forms of bodies. Exactly. That's my shit. I love that shit. Yes, I'm not very good at favorites. I find it hard to commit to favorites. It's not a thing I'm good at. Exactly. People are like, what's your favorite thing? And I'm like, I like a lot of things for different reasons. Do you enjoy EDM at all? I do. Daily Bread, and I really enjoy how chill their music is. So I'm not a huge chill EDM person. So like Dutch house and like euphoric house were my shit a lot, especially in like collegey. Well, college was still the end of like dubstep era, but like is one of them bounce house? I think it's like Dutch bounce house or something. I don't remember the exact term. It was years ago. I go through phases with EDM because EDM is not something that like I got really into it and then I haven't heard a lot of it that was good in a while, and so I kind of faded off of it, and then I'll like reach back into it. I'm like, God, I missed this. But let me look up. Let me look up. Not quite hard style. Dutch house music. Dirty Dutch, Big Dirty Dutch. Big room house. Here, let me pause music and let's see what some of this stuff is. Best Dutch house music. Let's see if this is the vibe. You don't hear it. You don't hear it? Oh, I see why you don't hear it. Hold please. And I want this to be sample. You hear it now? You should hear it now. Yeah. You know what? Hold on. What genre is Timmy Trumpet? Okay, well, just telling me that he's dance electronic is nothing. Melbourne Bounce. So I guess Bounce House? Is it Bounce House? Is that Bounce House music genre? Well, it's all okay. House is like an umbrella. I'm trying to get niche here. It's like Dutch House. Like, okay. Hold on. We're diving in. We found a thing. We're diving in. Strap in, everybody. Italo Brothers subgenre. If you don't know the Italo Brothers, okay, I definitely, yeah. Jump style and hard style. Okay. You'd call Freaks Brass House. Okay, so the Italo Brothers were the shit, but they're also a little bit, I would say like outdated now in the sense that they're not very nuanced, right? They're very hard style. And also I feel like at this point as, like now later in my life, the Italo Brothers are a little too hard style for me, right? But like, this was my shit like 10 years ago, right? That like big hard style bounce. Right? Like just like the whole crowd just, oh yeah, it is. We're sending out an invitation like, to everyone. You want to get me amped? Or like, hold on. You want to get me amped? I don't care where I am. I don't care what I'm doing. You play Every Time We Touch by fucking Cascada. I am going to go off. I still hear I'm going to go off. I love this song. I still feel I will go hard on this song. No matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. I love this song. Forgive me my weakness, but I don't know why. Without you, it's hard. But like Bass Hunter? Like, this shit, also timeless. Also a banger. I didn't remember the Tiger Mask. Or, hold on, why would I never put the drop? Right? Incredible. So good. Or like, alternatively, and I am going to play this one in its entirety. Not in its entirety, but I'm at least going to play one section in its entirety, because how could you not? It has Katy Perry in a water fountain at like the height of Katy Perry's, like, why am I describing this to you? I can just show you. It's incredible. Where at? Where is it? Yeah. I won't even say words. Oh, Clemma, hello. Look. I'm not even going to describe this. I'm going to just let you watch this. Formative. As a high schooler? Like, mind-expandingly hot, right? But also, banger. Also, this says it's 4K remastered. This is not fucking 4K. Don't lie to me. This is not 4K remastered. You just upscaled it. Not well. Anyway. Also, real quick side tangent. Everyone here knows McManiac? You want a little trivia knowledge of McManiac? Well, he's not here to defend himself. These wolves in the beginning of this video that breathe fire, these things, he built right? Is the this one. Ryan DJ stream. I owe a karaoke stream technically. Planet B subgenre. Gay dance club music. That's hilarious. Progressive trance. K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. Oh, I watched it. I don't need to look it up. I'm familiar. It's incredible. Anybody who hasn't watched it needs to watch it. I know it's like a big cultural thing right now, but like it's actually really fucking good. The movie's good. It's funny. The animation's incredible. The music's incredible. The message is good. It has a bunch of like really poignant call outs on entertainment and like K-pop as a industry, and it has a bunch of really like deep references to Korean culture and history and stuff. I shouldn't say deep references. I'm a white guy. I don't know, but like I saw some insight that people said that it's fairly detailed, stuff like that. It's very, very good. Although I still know what Han Moon means. Han Moon meaning. I don't want it from the movie. Well, meaning Han Moon is soul door / gate. Okay, there you go. So, but yes, K-pop Demon Hunters is incredible. Capitalism will always consume all critiques of it into itself. What? Yeah, I like EDM. I just don't listen to it as much as I used to. I also, okay, I'm going to show you a song. I'd argue the movie doesn't show enough of the horrors of K-pop. I would agree with that. I think that it hints at it though, within the fact that it's kind of like a family aimed kind of kids movie, right? I think it did a good job touching on some of those themes and kind of poking at the flaws of K-pop without crossing any lines. I focus a lot on the terrible things it does to fans. You see, I disagree. I thought that the game section where they did the games and some of the, like, I thought it did a good job of touching on the pressure of K-pop idols, right? Granted, it's not nearly to the degree that it is in real life, but I thought that considering the circumstance and the narrative and the style they were going for, that they managed to get a couple like nods and nudges in there underneath that like were noticeable enough that adults could grab them, but that would go under kids things without becoming negative or problematic. Why can't I think of the name of the song? Little Mikey girl song. No. Fuck. There's a song. Oh, we are at a stretch break. Grab some water, use the restroom, touch grass, look out the window, get up, stretch your legs. We'll be back in a minute 30 for those who aren't subbed. Did it warn people? Yes, it did. Okay, good. What was that song name? Shoot, I can picture the art. I can picture the album art on it. No. Damn it. It's probably on my Spotify. Hold up. Please hold. Oh, is it called Run Little Girl Gone? Okay, this song. I don't even know how to begin to describe this song genre. And I've showed this on stream before. But this is like, I attribute my interest in this genre to like Arcane, right? Of like, for lack of a better term, like Jinx punk. The K-pop Demon Hunters. I will after this one. I have no idea what genre this would be called. But very Jinx-ish. The chorus for this is incredible. Those horns in that section, like, hold on. The tubas? Oh! Soul Gate. Okay, cool. I looked it up and it said like Soul Door or Gate. Oh, this song slaps. I also love that vibe. And sure, we'll put on K-pop Demon Hunters. Thing I found out about this movie that I think that you guys will appreciate, that I think is like, so we were talking about art, right? And we were talking about music, and we were talking about like how well like those kind of details can come out. So I'm a big fan of animation being a subtle add-on to the narrative, right? And they've talked about like basically between Arcane, Spider-Verse, and Puss in Boots' Last Wish, those three movies in the last handful of years have all lent huge advancements to animation because of the fact that they have combined. We're getting to this era where CGI progressed so far that it is very expensive to do traditional CGI. And so people are getting creative to create textured and unique looks by combining other art mediums. So like Arcane used an animation software that was considered to be a bad animation software. It was the one that you don't use unless you can't afford a good one, right? And what they did was they went in and they physically painted over the frames of the animation to add more texture and more depth and more color. And it won all sorts of awards. And Spider-Verse has combined like CG and comic animation into all this stuff, right? There's been a bunch of stuff like that that has really pushed animation forward. I haven't seen Bad Guys, so I can't speak to Bad Guys. But in general, there's a bunch of really cool shit happening in recent years in animation and frame rates. And this is actually where I'm going, Safune. It's so interesting you mentioned that, because I learned this recently about something that they did in K-pop Demon Hunters from the animation to support the narrative. So they wanted a unique style and kind of comic book feel to the movie. So all of the Huntrix characters, let me get a frame with the Huntrix in them. All of the Huntrix characters throughout the movie are animated on twos. What this means is every 2 frames, they have one pose. So if you go frame by frame, they will freeze frame for a frame before they do something else. And they wanted the demons, the Saja boys, to feel unnatural in the world around them. So the Huntrix characters and all of the other characters in the movie are animated every other frame to do something different. Whereas the demons feel incredibly smooth in the movie because they are animated on every frame. So they are moving twice as fluidly as everyone else in the movie, which is already insane, right? Like that is already such a cool level of detail that already amplifies the narrative and the visual of the story. But what gets crazier is that when Rumi and Genu are getting close, and Rumi is like starting to believe in Genu and fall in love with Genu and whatever, and they have their song together, Rumi's animation shifts from being every other frame like everyone else to being every frame like the demons. She literally, her animation style changes when she starts to doubt herself and starts to be concerned about the demon portion of herself. She begins to be animated like the demons in the movie. And that lasts for the rest of the movie. So then Rumi is more fluid than the other Huntrix characters for the rest of the movie, which is insane, right? Like, what a cool meta narrative approach to animation. I love this shit. And yes, Sony is doing a bunch of really cool stuff with it right now. It's really, really cool. And I think it's so fascinating to have like such a technical angle supporting the narrative in that way. Baby idol, right? I don't know. He's the baby K-pop demon. And he only has like one spoken line in the movie, which is during the hot sauce challenge. He says "goo goo gaga," right? And like that, I saw like a teardown of this, of basically this is a moment that they reference of basically the infantilizing of Asian American Korean pop stars, and like not appreciating them as adults, but like infantilizing them and not fully emasculating, but like essentially associating them with like innocent childlike qualities. And then so like he's fully like, his whole marketing as a character, right, is that he's the baby of the group. He has like, they do kind of like these like childhood like bell sounds out of tune when he sings in the other song. I'll pull that up too. When they do Soda Pop, he has like these out of tune bell sounds during his rap verse. But then in this section, he gets all sexual, and it's like this like tear down of that narrative of like him as an adult. Like he's got claws and shit, like literally tearing through this meta narrative of him. Also, it's almost I'm a Little Teapot. It's not quite. It's off key and there's a couple notes off. But you can listen to the sub notes. And right? Like so subtle, so cool. Anyway, we were like that was a whole, we went down a whole rabbit hole. But yes, music, cool. I hope that answered your question. My bad. Oh my goodness. By the way, a song request is on. So if anybody wants to throw in more K-pop Demon Hunters, if anyone wants to throw in some EDM, whatever, like the music playing on stream is available. The fizzle out lyric that they sang was when that would have played. Yeah. It's really cool. And the thing is, like, it's not quite I'm a Little Teapot, right? It has the beginning of it like the dot, 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 but it's out of key. It's out of tune. It's off. It doesn't sound right. It sounds alien. And then the dot, 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 dot is not the same notes. Like, they take those notes and they separate them and they do weird stuff with the second half, so it's not actually I'm a Little Teapot. But very cool. Also, I think I accidentally put it on the wrong. I put the music on the wrong track, so we might get flagged today. I'll fix it. There we go. Whoopsies. I think you'd really enjoy Bling Bang. I know that song. Okay, not only do I know that, so I know that song from TikTok. But it literally came up on my Discover Weekly earlier today, of all things. Literally earlier today, I was driving next to his doctor's appointment and that came on. That's hilarious. But yes, also, if anyone wants to know how to request songs, Char2 just did it. So !SR, put in the link. Or you can type the name of the song, but it will auto search it, so it might not get the right thing. But that is how you request songs. In case anyone did not know. Just a squeaking chair of the Pikmin. Yeah, well, this one's it's a squeaking bed, isn't it? It sounds like a like a squeaky mattress. Unless it's supposed to be a chair and I'm just dirty-minded, which it very well could be. I could be wrong. What do I know? This has been fun. I kind of missed just chatting streams. I know not everybody likes just chatting streams, but I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you guys are vibing. Wait, what was the command again? ! SR, and then you put the link. And the exclamation point and the SR have to be together. It's exclamation point, exactly, precisely. Did you enjoy Arcane? Well, asterisk. I think season 1 is a masterpiece that's incredible and cannot be how do I word this? I think season 1 is airtight. I think that season 1 is incredible. I think that season 1 does everything right. I think that season 2 is very, very good, does incredible things with animation, and is still an amazing narrative. But I think that it feels rushed at the end, and that there were elements that I wish were done better. And it seems like they were out of money or out of time or both, and that a lot of stuff kind of got squished in at the end. And I was disappointed in the ending because I felt like I was very invested and the quality was very good up until about episode 6, I think, ish. Episode 5 or 6 of season 2. I think it starts to get a little bit messy. And I was disappointed. Yes, precisely. Because so Safuna and I watched it together because Tot was out of town, actually. We had watched through it, and we were watching through it, the three of us, but then Tot was out of town, and we were going to finish while she was gone, and we finished it, and there was just this moment of silence between us, of like, well, shit, right? And like we had a whole conversation about it. And there are elements of it that are very cool, but there are also elements of it that are really disliked. And I have torn feelings on some of it. I love Arcane as a series. I think it's an artistic masterpiece. I think visually it's a masterpiece throughout. I think that narratively it trips over its own feet at the end. And ironically, I think it was IGN. There was a headline that came out about the time that Arcane ended. It's not very often that I agree with IGN's journalism, but they had a headline that was something along the lines of Arcane season 2 is a stumble on the way to immortality. And I was like, damn, if that's not a really succinct and poignant way to put it, like it was so god tier. It had set up everything so well, and it stumbled just that little bit and missed divinity by that much, which sucks. But I'm excited to see what else comes of Fortiche and like all that stuff. I am very excited for that. I agree. Well, the thing is, like, it had to be like financially driven or something, right? It had to be. Yeah. Well, I think classic pants writing. What's pants writing? I'm not familiar with that term. Honestly, it seems like they just kind of backed themselves into a corner. They didn't have enough runway to do everything that they wanted to do, which is tragic because oh my god, it was such a beautiful setup. And riding the spectrum of plotting versus pantsing. Flying by the seat of pants. I see. Yes. Well, honestly, it seemed like it. I agree. Like even half a season. Like it just seemed like they had planned for more time. I hate what they like. Spoiler warning for Arcane season 2. If you're watching and you haven't watched Arcane season 2, I apologize. I'm about to spoil some things. I was so disappointed with what they did with Warwick. Warwick was beautifully introduced. He was beautifully teased. He was beautifully set up. Everything was masterful. And then they had this will they, won't they with him. And they will they, won't they'd like 2 or 3 times too many. They were like, is it him? Is it not? Is it him? Is it not? Is it him? Is it not? And they would lean one way and then they pull it back, and they lean one way and they pull it back. And like some of that was good. And then they crossed the line. They did too many times, and then they completely invalidated it. I was so mad. I see what you're saying. Basically, the build out, it's the blueprint versus the track lay of like the plan it all out in advance versus like only put the piece in front of you where you're at. Huh? For what? Meal. I'll take the shake. It should be down on the counter. I love you. Yes, that's my opinion. Love you too. Blitzpup says they love you. Blitzpup. She says love you. I've always been good at the eyebrows. That's one thing that's never changed. Although I can only do the up eyebrow this way. If I do it the other way, it gets all weird. Like this one's like the like hey oh type like eyebrow, but this one's like oh it gets screwy. This one's like hey oh. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, your eyes, it looked like your eyes had eyes. What? What? A light reflection? Interesting. My eyes are doubling. I'm actually all eyes. People say they're all ears. I'm all eyes. I'm just an entire body of eyes disguised as flesh. You've heard of a gibbering mouther? Nothing. Try a biblically accurate angel. Biblically accurate, right? Precisely. We were on the same page. Amazing. The timing of that was incredible. I think you typed that as it was coming out of my mouth. That was amazing. That brought me much joy. Hold on. Is this set to the right one?
Be not afraid.
I don't know if that's on the right thing. I know what I'm drawing tonight. Now I'm terrified. Actually, so fun fact for those who are either new to the channel or weren't here a year ago. A year ago? I sound like a Smurf. Is it the wrong way? Was that up? How about this one?
Be not afraid.
I don't remember which one's which. That's so funny. Whoops. That's the one. Got it. Well, this one, I know this one is the it's meant to be the Jackbox murder trivia party voice of like,
Wake up. Welcome to my murder trivia game.
like I tried my best to match that filter as close as I can to that voice. I have a request. A song request?
I want to play a game.
I haven't seen Saw yet. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Shit, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say a thing. Oh, that was it. If you guys, for those of you who are either new to the channel or you weren't here a year ago or whatever, I mentioned we have a VOD channel. If you're unaware, the VOD channel's banner is made up of fan art of the channel. So you can see here, this banner is made of fan art of people's favorite moments from the channel. So like, if anyone ever wants to make fan art, like, by all means do. Find the music stop. That was weird. Also, this is a VOD channel. If you don't know the VOD channel exists, this is it. But yeah, we made the banner out of fan art. This one, I think this was Tot. This is Death. This was Rose. This was also Death. And this one was Hermes, if I'm not mistaken. What happened to the music? Oh, is there no music on this screen? Is that what happened? Please hold. Aha! I'll just do this. There really no music? Whoops. Well, now there is. Shit. Yes. Always a fan of, we have an art channel. If you're not in the art channel in the Discord, like, and you like art, well, first off, you should be there. And second off, If anyone ever wants to make art of anything on the stream, please do, and please throw it in. I've lost my brain. My brain has left the building. Oh no. I haven't had one for a while now. Fair. You'll get used to it. That's true. Honestly, like, I know everyone talked about brain fog with like COVID. Maybe it's just the fact that the summer's been absolutely bonkers crazy, but I feel like the last few months I've been kind of feeling the same vibe. Good shows you're watching recently? We haven't had a lot of time to watch shows. But we've been watching through Ted Lasso with Safune. Safune has been coming up and we've been watching Ted Lasso. I love that song, Safune. We were like most of the way through season 2 of Ted Lasso. Todd and I have been watching through Better Call Saul for a while. We fell off the horse a while, like months ago, but we need to get back on. But Better Call Saul. We've been watching a lot of Dropout. Thank you, Blitzpop. Appreciate the lurk. See you soon. We've been watching a lot of Dropout. We like Dropout, both Game Changer, and then we've been watching Dimension 20, of course. Every once in a while, we'll throw on some Batman animated series. We love Batman. I've been showing it to Tot because she never saw it. I think that's most of it. We watch more movies than shows lately, and even then, we haven't seen a ton of movies. We don't have a lot of time to sit down and watch things in their entirety together. One of the tough things lately, I think, has been between Tot's school stuff. She's at school all day, and then she comes home and either needs to grade or she's tired or whatever. And then I am streaming Tuesday, Thursdays. And so I am usually streaming about the time that she either gets home or we might be able to scarf down dinner before I get on stream. And then I don't get off till 9. And then also with how much I've been up late with like Hermes doing shorts and stuff, we haven't had a lot of time for each other lately. So I've been trying to like set aside time on the weekends and things. But we haven't had a lot of time to watch things. And thank you, Safune. I'm really proud of the podcast. I think the podcast is something special. And I'm really enjoying it more than I expected to. I'm also very excited for all the stuff we have in store for season 2. We have a lot of big surprises planned. And I think the podcast has legs. I think it could really go somewhere. And we have some plans to try and strap some boosters on it. Love you. Podcast? Oh yeah, we're gonna strap boosters on our skateboarding cats. That's the plan. What else? Trying to think if there's anything else worth mentioning. We've covered a lot. The final song at your concert? Nice. I'm also really impressed with how well, I know I mentioned at the top of stream that July was a big month for the YouTube channel, but like So for those of you who aren't familiar with YouTube, YouTube does this cool thing where when you release content on YouTube, it compares whatever you release to your last 10 releases. So like people will refer, like YouTube creators will refer to their videos as like 1 of 10 or 10 of 10 or 5 of 10 or whatever. So like 1 of 10 is this video has more views than your last 10 videos. Like because it rates it in the same window, right? So if you post a video 2 hours ago, it'll be like in 2 hours, your last 10 videos all had X amount of views. You're like, this video had 500 views, this video had 200 views, this video had 1,000 views, whatever. And like what those views are varies channel. Like some channels have a ton of views and some channels don't, but it compares each video with the same time period. And a couple months ago, our 5 of 10 videos were usually in the 500 to 700 view range. That was like our average view count for a video. Our most recent short that we released yesterday is 8 of 10, which is pretty low, which is fine. We kind of knew that that one wouldn't be like a huge hit performer, but it's 8 of 10 at 1,100 views, which is over double what was the median before, right? Now 8 of 10 is over 1,000 views. So like that's huge. Very exciting. We also, I had the one right before that was the one with death, and that video is going to the moon. It's like one of the biggest shorts on the channel. It's at 21,000 views. Actually, it is 1, 2, 3. It's the 5th largest short we've ever made and still growing. Bonkers. So like, yeah, July was very cool for the YouTube channel. I'm very excited to see how that continues to go. And keep in mind, we make shorts from moments that you guys mark and clip. Anything that you mark or clip is what we make into shorts. And or Jade goes through and scrubs the VODs after and marks moments that she thinks are worth clip that she thinks are like clip worthy. And then Hermes and I sort through them and make them. But if you guys see stuff that you would like to see as a short, you can mark it or you can clip it and you toss it in Messenger Media or Share Station and let us know. And like that stuff helps. It's a big help. Cake is so good. What happened to Cake? What happened to the ghost view on that standoff with death? It didn't work within the time, was what it was. We had to cut it because we talked about putting it in and we compared. It was mostly the mics weren't even, and so it was really hard to audio balance between the two sets. And we couldn't get the pacing right, so we ended up cutting it, but it worked out. So but there was we had a whole discussion about whether or not it should be included. What happened to Cake? What happened to Cake? Cake is from 1991? What? Yeah, the last album was 2011. Insane. I didn't realize they were that old. Also, they've been nominated for 5 different outstanding California Music Awards and 1 MTV Breakthrough video, and they've never won. Poor Cake.
Hey, listen!
Shouting out my own channel on my channel? Heavy? You silly goose. Heavy, what's new? I feel like you come in and you say hi and then I never actually get to talk to you. Tell me about life. Yes, let's spread the word. Very silly. I appreciate it. What's new? Just tech content? That's cool. And work? What are you doing for work now? Preach the word. All hail. Biblically accurate, Ryan Ross Live. Now I'm like imagining like an emote where it's my face with eyes all over my face, which would be terrifying. Construction still hard on the body. That sucks. I'm sorry, man. But it's cool, all the stuff, the tech stuff you're doing. I know that you got the Elgato partnership a while back. That's super cool. I love Jonathan Young, dude. I still feel so bad I didn't recognize him at first. Also, has been great. They released a new webcam. I saw. But honestly, like I've been recommending a lot of Elgato things to people I work with because they make such affordable gear that's like decent or high quality that there's a lot of solutions where when people are looking for budget-friendly equipment that still does the job, Elgato ends up being just the best recommendation. Ryan for Elgato ambassador. I don't know if I could because I have too much stuff that's not Elgato. Like I use SteelSeries headphones. I've got Logitech mouse and keyboard, but then I use an Elgato prompter. I use Elgato 4K cam links. I use Elgato Stream Deck. But my mic is not Elgato. I use a Go XLR, which at this point you can't even freaking get Go XLRs anymore. I have a pretty eclectic mix of gear. I feel like it would be tough because I know so many tech brands are afraid of competitors. But honestly, if there's anything I would love to get an ambassador for, it's freaking not yet sponsored time. Not yet sponsored time. Every stream for a very long time. Start the campaign. Not yet sponsored time. If you know, you know. So, hard on me. Thank you, Happy. I appreciate it. You're still streaming too, right? I was gonna say, I feel like you and I are like the last standing of like an era, a bygone era of folks. I know Phoenix was streaming a little bit, and then I'm trying to think of the name of Maisie. I'm trying to remember the name of there's a girl that I know was streaming for a while. That's kind of in like Beardo's group. Beardo comes by every once in a while, but he changed his name. And I can't think of what he changed it to offhand. Daisy, that's it. Thank you. Daisy and Phoenix, I know we're still kind of active. I know why am I oh, I can totally picture space. Not Spud does tech video content and like reviews. But why am I blanking on his name? The guy who did the TV thing and then got big on Disney Dreamlight. AZ, not Daisy, AZ. Slev, thank you. Slev, I know, got partner from Disney Dreamlight after finally giving up on Sea of Thieves. But there's not that many left, which is kind of crazy. And most of the ones who did, like, most of the ones who are left, there's like a handful of people who are left. And there's a lot of people who dropped it and don't stream anymore. There's a chunk of people who are still doing, like, kind of the same stuff that they've always been and are just vibing. And then there are people who, like, switch to very specific content in order to grow. And that's, like, the whole spectrum. Because, like, Spud's stuff was not tech reviews early, and then he switched to tech reviews. And then Slev was so Sea of Thieves gung-ho up, down, and sideways for so long, and then finally stepped up to do like Lego games and Dreamlight Valley, and then that's what got him places, which is crazy. You switch what you do, mainly videos, like more YouTube content now. Honestly, YouTube's better for algorithmic growth, which is not good for discovery. YouTube is a lot better for like steady, constant growth. And also once you get monetized, it's way better. I want to get back into doing long form videos, but that it's just so much time. Good. That's awesome, Heavy. I'm glad to hear it. You're making strides. I get you. That's cool. Do you still have the pigeon mask? Do you still use the pigeon mask for anything, or is that a dead meme now? Just different focus? Fair. If I feel like messing around, I bring it back. Fair. Fair. Also, reminder everybody, like I said, song request is on. If you do want to request some tunes, you are available to. We have about 45 minutes left to stream where we're hanging out, we're chatting, we're vibing. I was too intense last year. I chilled out now. Too intense in what way? Like, had too strict a schedule? Like, was too intense of a, like, personality? Pushing yourself. I gotcha. Just got burnt out. I feel that. I mean, to be fair, this year I scaled back. I had been streaming 3 days a week. Was it 3 or 4 days a week? I streamed all day Sundays, and then I think I did 3 nights a week. I was streaming a lot more. And I peeled it back to just 2 nights a week now. But I'm doing a lot more stuff on the side, right? Like we're doing a lot more shorts. I have the podcast. We have a lot more like Discord activity and stuff going on. And so a lot of that time is still going towards the community. It's just going in different ways. Like every aspect of your brand. Like, were you just getting burnt out or something? That was it. Yes. Friendly Fridays were 5, which is just nuts. Like Sundays all day, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and then sometimes Friday. Like, it was a lot. It was like over 20 hours a week. It was more than a part-time job. I was taking things personally well. I take a step back and realize, hey, take it easy. Taking things personally in what way? Exactly, right? Well, I already have a full-time job, and then I was streaming as more than a part-time job, and then obviously I'm in a committed relationship, having a social life, trying to exist, and like just get normal daily stuff done. Laundry, right? Groceries. You would get, well, that's what I mean. Like, you would get upset about what? I mean, I know what taking things personally means. I more meant like an example. Like, what type of stuff would you take personally? And you don't have to share if you're not comfortable with that. I'm not trying to pressure you. Like how someone talks to you. I'm sorry. That sucks. I'm glad that you're in a better place now. That's good. Oh, for sure. And that's the thing, right? Nobody's perfect, and everyone's got stuff that they deal with and go through. And as long as everyone's looking to improve and grow and learn from their mistakes, like that's the thing, right? No one can fault you for that. Honestly, the important thing is that you recognize that, right? The fact that you're able to not only step back and say like, hey, chill, but also the fact that you're able to like own like, oh, like I was getting offended or like I made mistakes and that's on me, right? Like that's huge. Like good for you. Is this National Park? No, it's Agritique. Good, Heavy. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. Whew. Tech setup is getting out of hand. I understand that. I actually like one of the things I struggle with is the fact that I try and run I have invested a lot in my computer, and my computer's a beast. But even with my computer being a beast, I run into issues because I'm trying to do so many different things on stream at once that I have never had an instance where my computer always is able to handle everything that I'm trying to get it to do. I've always had to cut back on stuff that I would like to do because of hardware limitations, despite really investing in heavy level computer stuff. And really, I think the solution is at some point I need to switch to a dual PC setup. But dual PC setups are so roomy. You need so much room. That's the challenge. Because like, I have a lot of custom transitions. I have a lot of programs. I've got StreamerBot and I've got Intro Fighters and like obviously Discord and games that I play and all sorts of different stuff. And I still run into like frame drops or stuff glitching out. Specifically, there was a large period of the D&D campaign where I was trying to run a browser-based D&D campaign through Foundry. Yes, that's my current rig. Run a browser-based D&D campaign through Foundry, have everyone in a voice call, music, recording, face cam, and the Discord call, and the capture of the browser source, which I had essentially 2 of. And the music was in a watch together room so that everyone could hear the music at the same time. Like, it was intensive. And then there's like assets in the browser of the campaign being loaded all the time. Like, I was running into issues. And just having a second box to encode and record the stuff would be so helpful. But to your point, Safune, like, it's mostly just the fact that I physically don't have room for a second rig in a place that's convenient. If I were to do it, I would probably have to do like a mini rig. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Heavy. There's like, it's because I've got so like right now, I have Chrome, I have the GoXLR sound program open. I've got Discord, Stream Deck, Steam, OBS, StreamerBot, Intro Fighters, and the Elgato prompter program all open at the same time. And we're running smoothly. But then I add in a game or like all the D&D stuff, and like stuff can get crazy. So mount to the ceiling and have the cords drop down like you're in the Matrix. That'd be hilarious. So like it's when it gets crazy, right? It's just the fact that I have a lot of different programs that do a lot of different stuff. I have a lot of browser sources. I do a lot with browser sources. And it just gets overwhelmed sometimes. Really, ultimately, I think it's like I just need to at some point, and probably to be fair, this will require a better like this won't be something until Tot and I find a new space. Also, stretch break in 2 minutes for anyone who's not subbed. We do have a stretch break. Get some water, use the restroom, stretch your legs, look out the window, touch grass, whatever. Take care of yourself. But it is. That's true. The music is not being helpful. Ultimately, like once we would get a new space, then it's something that I would probably try and do a 2-rig system. But because of how much I do, I need an intense rig, and even with the intense rig, I've never just had it sail smoothly. I blame Windows 11. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Windows is like what's the animal service executable that like just randomly takes up so much processing for no freaking reason? Steve Sasha's computer. Well, I would have used my old one, but it was blue screening. I had to rebuild this one because the old one was blue screening. And I do have an older rig that like could work, but again, I don't have space to hook it up properly. Really the biggest limiter is space. There's just no physical place for me to put the computer, especially because this is a standing desk, right? And I have it all rigged up so that when I stand, everything lifts with it, and nothing gets too disturbed. There's just no way to do a second rig economically in the space. It's also a pretty small room. Like, it's kind of like, don't judge Tot's size. Tot's size kind of a mess right now because she's been gone. But like, I can reach halfway across this room by myself. And there's also Tot's whole setup, right? Like, there's just not a lot of space. So an eventual goal, but not something that's going to happen anytime soon, you know? What you going to do? You do what you can with what you can. And I will say, I'm pretty proud. Like, we have really cool custom transitions. I have a plan for a updated raid scene that I want to do. Happy, I will say straight up, I always really respected your raid scene. Your raid scene was always really cool. I have an idea for a new raid scene I'd like to do. And eventually, like, one thing that I would like to do, one thing that I would really like to do that I haven't done is we have Sans as part of the knighthood ceremony, right? I would love to get an AI integration to have Sans speak and be able to talk back and forth with Sans during the knighthood ceremony. That would be super cool. But that's also like, that's a much larger project. That's something I'd have to do way later. But that would be very cool. I would love to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I just totally sound blasted all of you, and I am so sorry. I am so sorry for what just occurred. That was probably so loud. I hope that was not as loud as it sounded to me. If I right click, does this move? It does. Why does it do that? Why would it? Here. I'll do this. No joke. No joke at all. Also, note to self, real quick. Let me put the music underneath the trigger fire so that it gets blocked appropriately and doesn't just stand out weirdly. Yeah. Oops. Also, I don't know why the music keeps stopping. That's one thing too, of like, even, so just this, right? This is just the Stream Elements music plugin. It won't autoplay all the time. It like stops autoplaying. And I turn on and off the autoplay, whatever, it just doesn't do it. Thank you, Heavy. I appreciate it. I do work very hard on it. That's definitely something that I do. I've always really tried to, here's the thing, right? Like, the whole reason I started streaming is because I wanted to apply my production knowledge in a way that could be conducive to stream. And I knew that, thank you. That's, I wanted to be able to apply myself in a way that like I could own a project. And it was just one thing that I was getting so burnt out at work at the agency. I wanted to be able to do stuff. Okay, so it's, it's creative outlet. Exactly. Well, and the thing is, at an agency, right, specifically, you don't get credit for any of your work, right? Like, I was an assistant working for people who made way more money than me. And all of the work that I did was going to their credit, right? Like, I wasn't getting credited for my work because I was a minimum wage working assistant, and all of my work was to the credit of my boss. And so I wanted to invest in a project that I could own and I could feel good about and I could like be proud of and be creative with and apply all of my knowledge and interests to and experiment and have fun and have an identity with. And that's how I started streaming. It was fully meant to be just a creative outlet and something that like no one could take credit for but me. I wanted to be able to pour myself into something to share with people, right? And that's always been kind of my through line with the channel and with the community is like, I want this place to be a place that people can come. I want this people to be, I want this place to be I'm going to start that over. I want this to be a place that people can come. I want this to be a place where people can enjoy themselves. I want this to be a place where people don't have to feel stressed or worried about anything in the outside world. They can come here and have a good time and meet wonderful, cool, friendly people who care about each other and care about like this place and the community that we built. And all everyone wants is for everyone to support each other and be happy and have fun. And that's what matters to me. That's my goal. Everything beyond that is ancillary. Thank you, Heavy. I appreciate it. So that's always been my through line. Hair in my mouth. But so. Also, Scott Pilgrim's such a banger. I'm excited for Thursday. We got a big W. Ryan, very happy Jade invited to join. Thank you, Akame. Do you prefer Akame or Oklama? Because I call you Akame in the Discord and then you're Oklama here. And I never know which one is technically correct. I will call you whatever you want. Akame it is. Okay, cool. Well, Akame, thank you so much. I'm glad that Jade invited you. It's a pleasure to have you. You've been an absolute joy. And literally everyone in the community has just been like, Akame's cool. We're glad Akame's here. So And you say the L word, Scott? Lesbians? I'm in lesbians with you. Love, Scott! Safune, did I tell you that I guess we haven't really chatted since I went. We went to for It's Only Jack's bachelor party. We went to Toronto and we took photos on the staircase where Lucas Lee as Chris Evans as Lucas Lee does his grind. We got photos on the staircase and at the castle. Very, very proud of it. It makes me so happy. Don't mind me sobbing right now. You are always welcome, Akame. We're very glad to have you. And I really enjoy playing games with you. You are always welcome. Please tell me you were in costume. I was not. We did talk about it at one point. But good night, Heavy. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Get some rest. If anybody doesn't know Heavy, please show Heavy love. Heavy does a bunch of tech stuff. It's super cool. We'll see if my shout out works. Is my shout out gonna work? There we go.
What's funny? When somebody's like, hey, welcome to the stream. We're going to shout you out with a clip shout out. Clip shout out. Let's go. Clip shout out. Look at this on stream. Oh my God. Look at that. Great moment from that person's stream.
Incredible. So self-aware, so demure, so mindful. But yes, if you don't know Heavy, check him out. He's hilarious. So demure. But biblically accurate to Maria Ryan Ross live. I mean, oh man. Also, Akame, if you have any interest, I don't know if you were here earlier when we were talking about Random Encounter, but I think that you would be a great candidate for Random Encounter as well. And Safuna, I don't remember, did you do a Random Encounter? I have to pull up my list. We've done so many at this point, I've lost track. What's that? Wait! You've never done Random Encounter? Are you serious? Hold up. Seriously? Is that the interview? Yes. Yes, it is. Well, interview makes it sound like it's pressurized. I would say it's more like a guest star. Oh, you've seen the interviews. But have you done one? I don't think you've been on one yet, have you? Are you interested in it? Okay, well, no pressure. I'm always pressurized. Well, go encounter entry in the Discord. Fill out the form. Drop your name into the pool. I draw randomly from the pool. It is truly random encounter. I randomize the list and I pick people who have essentially applied. Right? Anybody who's interested applies, and then I randomly pick from those who have applied. What day is it on typically? The second Tuesday of every month. So in this case, it's next Tuesday. But next Tuesdays is Ghostly. So I always pick it at the end of the month, and then I check with whoever was selected to see if they're available, so that they have a couple weeks notice. And we generally do it the second Tuesday. And it's usually about an hour, hour and a half. So it's only about half of stream. And it's a vibe. And the community gets to know you better. And we get to just chat and hang out and have a good little grand old time, you know? But yes, anyone who is interested, it's open to anyone. Anyone can be on Random Encounter. All you have to do is fill out the form. And currently, I have it so that we still have new people who have not done your Random Encounter. When inevitably we do run out of people, if we ever run out of people, then I will reopen it to people who have been on Random Encounter before, especially because we've had some Random Encounters that we did before we started recording VODs. So there are people whose Random Encounters did not make it to the VOD channel, for example. And of course, if you are ever uncomfortable with it being on the VOD channel, just tell me and we will not put up your Random Encounter on the VOD channel. But it is open to anyone. It is a fully open public application. I guess public is as much as the Discord is public. You have to be a part of the Discord to apply for the form. But beyond that, it's open to anyone. So anyone who's interested, all are welcome. Also, akame, does akame mean something? I have no idea what we talk about. Anything. Literally anything. It's a get to know you segment. There's a lot of fascinating stuff. Gakil? I don't know what Gakil is. Emmy, hello! How are you? Good to see you. Akame ga Kill is a great anime. I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what an anime is. I've never heard of Akame ga Kill. No, it's just an anime. There was a character in the show, and I think that the name Akame is cool. Hell yeah. Let's go. T-Money jumping in with the recognition. I don't know anything about it, but I'm always for like identifying with characters that you believe in and think are cool. Why is the music being here? I'm gonna refresh the music real quick. See if that fixes the autoplay. Let's refresh the cache. Also, Kame's sword is insanely cool. Well, let me look it up. Kame's sword. Not name. I just want the sword. Here, I'll share it with you guys. Can you have a second? Kame's sword. Is this it? Oh, wrong side. Yes, hello. Is this the sword? I'm good. EP might have overslept and ready to want to work. Oh no. Maybe the sword isn't that cool, but what it does is sick. What does it do? Well, it has like, is this like shadowy powers? Is this what it is? Oh God, is she like a demon? She looks like she'd ruin my life. I'd be concerned. Jesus Christ. Sick selfie. Pretty accurate on that. I'm in more ways than one, you know. That she's a demon or that she'd ruin my life? Because you have a single cut? Okay. Is it just me? Or does she look a little bit like that one chick from Doki Doki? Am I crazy? Is that crazy? Hold up. Doki Doki characters. Yuri? It's Yuri. Spoilers? There's a whole thing with Japanese haircuts denoting specific personalities. This makes so much sense. You want a beautiful full anime to watch and might cry. Is Violet Evergarden? I don't know that one. That's not true, Charchu. We played it on stream and you were here for part of it. Well, hold on, wait up. I was like, okay, maybe it's not that much. And then I closed it and I'm like, okay, actually though, look at this frame and then look at this frame and tell me that's not like, what? What? Crazy. But this is a very classic. This hair is a signature one, right? Does this mean something? Kame lore building right now. I'm trying to think. There's a character. I don't remember if it's Yu-Gi-Oh or something else. But there's a character with this hair. I'm trying to remember what I'm thinking of. I feel like there's a lot of characters with this hair. Well, that's what we're saying. I never watched Inuyasha. I know my sister watched Inuyasha. Maybe it was oh shit. There's only one and like true-blooded anime I ever watched, and it was shit. Yu Yu Hakusho. Well, she's got shorter hair, but she looks like the girl from Yu-Gi-Oh. This chick looks like the girl from Yu-Gi-Oh. I can't think of who I'm thinking of. Great anime, Ryan. I'll be honest. I remember very little of this anime, and it's the only. I think it's the only true traditional hardcore anime I've ever watched a decent chunk of, and it was because it was on Cartoon Network back in the day, back when Cartoon Network and like Toonami did a bunch of like anime stuff, right? But I do remember really liking this one, although I don't remember a lot of it. Boy, do I have some good recs for you. Look, I'm gonna look. Hold on. I gotta level with everybody right now. Here's the deal, right? Look me in the eyes. This is important. I am scared of anime. And there's a handful of reasons for this, but the long and short of it is, I know for a fact that once I open up the floodgates of anime, I'm going to get drowned in anime, right? Like, I've watched a bunch of the like off anime, like they're not quite animes or they're like American animes. I've seen Dragon Ball Z, almost all like all the main Dragon Ball Z stuff. I've watched Avatar. Like I've watched a lot of like anime adjacent stuff. I love the original 03 Teen Titans, had a lot of anime influence. Like there's elements there, right? Yu Yu Hakusho is the closest I've gotten to true anime. And the problem is, I know that once I open that floodgates, that I'm just going to get bombarded and that there's no coming back. And I don't have the time to dive into that well, A. But B, the other thing is, for those of you who don't know Saber I've known since middle school. I've known Saber almost 20 years at this point. And Saber has been begging me to watch anime for close to 10 years. And he made me swear that the first anime I'd ever watch was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. He made me swear to him that I would not watch another major anime without... Oh, McManiac, you might be on a massive delay. I'm warning you right now. Also, I dropped a fun fact about you earlier in stream. He made me promise that the first series I'd watch would be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And to his credit, I haven't broken the promise. And he did a Discord movie night about a month ago where we started the series and I watched 3 or 4 episodes of it. And I was very surprised to see both Travis Willingham and Laura Bailey in the major characters. But I don't know if anime is a door that I'm willing to open. It's a scary door. Got modded about being offensive? What got modded about being offensive? What? What are you talking about? What got modded? It's a beautiful door. It's a door that's literally bending in, the hair thing. Oh. That's weird. I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Strange. Whatever mod cleared that, thank you. So yes. Anime is a big, scary door. I don't know if it's a door that I'll open. Mod's allowed, so thanks, mod. Yes, whatever mod allowed it, thank you. Because I definitely didn't see that it was stuck, so I apologize. It's a big door, but it's so worth it. It's just so much time. Here's the thing, I'm already trying to catch up on a bunch of classic series, right? Like, I watched through all of... Thank you, T-Money, I appreciate you. as always. I already had to watch through all of Breaking Bad basically twice. I watched through 4.5 seasons of the 5 seasons of Breaking Bad. And then I had to start over because Tot decided that she was into it and wanted to watch it with me. So we watched the whole thing twice. I watched the whole thing twice, basically. And then we're most of the way through Better Call Saul. We're trying to watch Ted Lasso. She wants me to watch all of Doctor Who. I haven't even started Doctor Who. I want to show her Firefly. And that's all pre-anime. Right? That's all not even including anime. That's a whole list of long shit. You want to be there for Firefly? Yes, please. That's not including The Witcher. You want to watch the Witcher? Take my love, take my land, but you can never take the sky from me. Did you hear that they recently finally got they had a little mini reunion because they got Funko Pops, which is amazing. After however many years they got Funko Pops. There's so much shit to watch. There's so many things to watch, and there's so many games, and like, I'm gonna get a little tinfoil hat here for a second. Here's the problem. There's so many amazing pieces of media between movies and shows and games to watch, and there's just not enough time. And I also wonder how much of that is just meant as a distraction from shit. The world is crazy, and how much of us trying to consume all of this amazing media that's been produced for us is also just meant to keep us busy. And that's scary too. There's books I want to read. I just finished Mistborn. I finally finished the whole full Mistborn series. And now I need to read Warbreaker because I promised Adam/Disaster Pandas that I would read Warbreaker, and he said that there's a character in it that reminds him of me. And I'm fascinated by what character that could even possibly be, because he said that it's not for the reasons I think, and I don't know what that means. I don't know. He won't tell me. I will read you. Hold on. I will read you what he said. Warbreaker. Okay. So I'm reading Warbreaker right now, and there's a character in it that immediately makes me think of you. Every time I read his dialogue, your face pops up in my mind. It's certainly not the character you think it would be. What the fuck does that mean? My boyfriend is making watch Game of Thrones when it comes to Sweden. To be fair, Game of Thrones is very good. Tot and I watched through all of Game of Thrones over COVID, which was also hard because like they have those huge feast scenes, and like COVID was... That's how you knew COVID was serious, was you were watching shit like that and you're like, this isn't safe, like the giant feast stuff. Anyway. Cats are messing with something. Where's the other cat? I only see one cat, and that's a dangerous thing. Do you ever stream more than 2 days a week? Has this been the schedule for some time? So actually a comment. So I used to stream prior to essentially this year. Prior to, so I'm going to start that over. To answer your question, my stream anniversary is in January every year. I started streaming in mid-December, and I got affiliate. I guess that my affiliate anniversary is early January. And prior to this year's 6-year, was it 6 or 7? How old am I? Yeah, prior to this year's 6-year affiliate anniversary, I was streaming 4 times a week. I streamed almost all day on Sunday, and then I was streaming Monday, Tuesday, Thursday every week, and then on the last week of every month, we also had Friday for Friendly Friday, because Friendly Friday, up until like the last 2 months, was streamed on the channel. It was not in the Discord, right? So I was streaming over 20 hours a week, every week. It wasn't until this year that I peeled back, and now I only do Tuesday, Thursdays, and then we do Friendly Friday in the Discord. But that's partially because we do shorts. We do 3 shorts every week. I also have the podcast going, which is a decent amount of time and effort, and I'm watching movies and producing content for that as well. And so that is a more recent thing. Why? And yes, Safun, I actually have seen some of his lectures. I think he's brilliant. I have thoughts on Mistborn. Let me preface. I liked Mistborn a lot. But there are some things I kind of have hesitancies with Mistborn that I'm interested to see how much of that carries into the rest of his writing or not. But is currently the only thing I've read of his, so I have nothing else to compare to. Also, just a heads up, chat, we are getting towards the end of stream. We only have a few minutes left. So if there's anything that you want to get off your chest, if there's anything you want to discuss, now's your chance. Throw it out there. Thursday we'll be back, but we'll be doing Mage Arena. So it'll be a little bit more action-packed, a little bit more chaotic. We won't have as much chatting as we did today. Today was a nice laid-back, just chat stream where we all just got to hang out and talk about whatever the hell we wanted. And it was nice to do again. I will say I missed elements of it. I think there's a world in which maybe random encounters become full just chatting streams. I'd like to do at least one a month. I was just curious. Just noticed always Tuesday, Thursday. Just curious if there was a story or if you stream more during other times of the year. So yeah, so it used to be so Sundays used to be my big stream day. And it started as an extra day where I just listened, like back before the DMCA stuff happened, people would come in and request music videos and we would watch music videos and just talk and hang out. And then that turned into marbles on stream with music, and song requests. And then eventually we added sub games for people who were subscribed. Every week I had like a thank you segment where we played, the subs got to vote in the Discord on what game we played. And I played a game with just subs as like a thank you. But then that and we did that for years. But within the last year or so, it started to get a little bit political. Like the subs started factioning and having popularity contests of what games they wanted and didn't. And people would get upset. And so that's part of what ended Sunday send-offs, is what we called them. And there was even a period of time where they were longer because we did D&D in the morning. We would do 3 to 4 hours of D&D, and then we would do sub games, and then we would do chatting and marbles and music. And so it was like an 8-hour stream. We were on basically from like 10:30 in the morning until 8:30 at night every Sunday for like over a year. And it just ended up being a lot. Honestly, so the intention with pulling back was the fact that I wanted to have, because I was streaming over 20 hours a week and more on weeks with Friendly Friday. And don't get me wrong, I love streaming. I love being here with you guys. I love chatting with you guys. I love hanging out. I love getting to know each and every one of you and like learning about you and expanding the community and making new fun things for you guys to enjoy and giving you content. Like I love all of that, which is why I was able to do it for so long. I did it for years with that. Like during COVID, I was actually streaming twice a day. I would stream in the morning and do Let's Plays, and the evening I would do multiplayer. But I think I do have a full-time job. My full-time job is I'm the live streaming manager for WB Games. So I work during the day, which is why I stream in the evenings, is because I actively do have a full-time job during the day. And between like my job, stream, content off stream, like shorts and the podcast and stuff, having a relationship, like obviously like Tot and I live together and we have a like we've been dating for a very long time, like maintaining that relationship and spending personal time together, having any sort of social life, and then also just like adulting, right? Like getting groceries, doing laundry. At a certain point, there's only so much time in the day and so much time in the week. And 4 nights a week was just turning out to be a lot. And I think the other thing too is just frankly like Twitch from a content creation standpoint, from a growth standpoint, right? Twitch has always been the platform I've dedicated the most time to. And it's definitely like my largest community because I've been on it the longest, but it's no longer the fastest growing community that I have in terms, or at least not community. It's no longer the fastest growing platform I have within the community, right? It's all one community, but Twitch as a platform for me specifically as a content creator, like we haven't been growing a lot on Twitch. I'm not saying we have bad viewership. We have great chat engagement. We have pretty good numbers compared. Like we're still in the top like 2% of Twitch, which is crazy, right? That we're in the top 2%. That's really good and wild. And like, that's obviously something to be super proud of. And I can't be more grateful for like the wonderful people I've met. But like, we don't like most streams late in the last 6 months or so, like we don't tend to get a lot of followers per stream. Like subscribers have been lower than they've been in the past. And so it's one of those things where like, it didn't seem like it was wise to continue to dedicate as much time to Twitch as a platform specifically when things like YouTube and the podcast and stuff were growing more. And it allowed me to do all of those things, right? I'm able to give you guys content in different areas. And some of that content has more legs than others, really. Correct. Like Twitch is bad at discovery. Twitch is not a discovery platform. And that's been known for a while. But what? Oh, it's okay. Appreciate it. It's okay. That's been known for a very long time, but it was something I ignored for a very long time too, in terms of like, I knew that Twitch wasn't strategic in terms of like, if I wanted to be a successful content creator long term, it was not the platform I should prioritize. But I love being here and I love hanging out with you guys and I love getting to know everybody. And there's an aspect of live that you don't get anywhere else. The community vibe that you get while you're live isn't a community vibe that you get through like YouTube shorts or anything. And I'm not really willing to give that up. But finding that balance of how much time I should dedicate, what type of content I should create while live, etc., that's always been a tough thing. And it's not something I'm perfect at navigating. It's part of why at the beginning of stream, I was talking about how I've been kind of reevaluating like what I want to be doing on stream, because like I feel like I'm getting burnt out on multiplayer games. We're doing the same multiplayer stuff over and over. I don't want to do single player stuff because single player stuff is really long and hard to do when you don't stream full time. And if I had more time, I would be dedicating to like doing like, in an ideal world, if I had all the time and money and resources in the world, I would be doing like game show content and like fun challenges and like cool, crazy videos. And I'd be out streaming with like on the go and like going on adventures with you guys and bringing you places. But all of those things require a lot of time and a lot of planning and a lot of resources. And so it's easy to sit down and play games and just hang out. But the flip side of that is that like not everybody likes everything, right? Like half of my mods do not like this type of stream. Half of my mods do not like just sitting down and chatting. And the other half don't like it when we all play multiplayer games every stream. And that's just my mods. That's not even the whole community, right? Like, there's no way that I'm ever going to be able to make everybody happy. And so I just have to do what I can. And it's hard for me in the sense that, like, I don't like upsetting people. I don't like sitting here when there are people who, like, want me to be doing something else. Right? Like well, it's not that I don't like planning things. Fully frankly, I love planning things. The problem is exactly what I'm saying. It's very hard for me to plan around the fact that I know that pretty much anything I'm going to do is going to upset someone. And that's hard. Like I it is very important to me that this community as a whole, not just the channel, like the Discord, all of the content, right? It is very, very important to me, and like kind of the core value of the community, that this place is a place that people can come and enjoy themselves, where people can leave behind their problems, where people can chill, and people can meet wonderful, cool, friendly people who care about each other, and everybody is here to support having a good time and meeting cool, other wonderful, nerdy people who like the same things. That's all that I want for this whole community. That is the driving force in everything I make, is that this place is a place where people can leave their problems and come and smile for a bit, whatever that looks like. But the problem is, different things make different people smile. And I can't be everything. And that's hard. I want to be everything for everyone, but I can't be. And I can do my best to mix things up and give people different things. But I'm also just one guy, and I don't like everything, right? Like, I don't like playing the same game every day forever. I get burnt out on games. I have to mix it up. I don't like playing with the same group all the time because, like, I don't think that that's fair. Like, I want everyone to feel like they can be involved and have a chance have a seat at the table. I literally use the table round because the table round is the one ultimate, like, metaphor of legend of everyone is equal, right? There's nobody above or below anyone else. Everyone gets a seat, and everyone gets a voice, and everyone matters. And I want everyone to feel like they matter. I want everyone to feel like they're a part of something. This community isn't mine. It isn't the mods. This community is ours. It is what we built. This place is nothing without each and every single one of you. If you guys aren't here, there is no community. And I love that. But sometimes it's a lot of pressure because I can't keep everyone happy all the time. And I want to.
This right here is my favorite thing.
Thank you, Blitz. I appreciate it.
In the history of forever. I think about this every day. I think about this all night long. I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm thinking about this.
And so, yeah, that's the tough thing. Is like, why does Markiplier keep breaking? I need to fix Markiplier. Markiplier specifically is broken. Let me make a note. I need to fix Markiplier. It's something about Markiplier specifically. Note to self. Markiplier is broken. End note. Send tweet. I don't remember what got me on this. It was something a Kame said. Oh, getting to pull back a bit. So yeah, the irony is the fact that, like, I love doing this, and I honestly, from a content standpoint, I stream way more than I should. Like, stream is not. Go read my last 3 messages. Yes. We should discuss hiding your food brands on stream. Not yet sponsored and also bad people. That's fair. I mean, well, it's the hateful chicken, right? Like, part of that is just the fact that I stream during dinner time. Here, I'll put it down below. I'll try and scoot the box forward. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm gonna get a little emotional. I love doing this. I love each and every single one of you. I love this place. I love this channel. I love everything that we've built together. All I want is to give people a space that they can enjoy. But not everybody wants the same things out of that space. And that is hard from an individual perspective, because there is no world in which I can create the perfect space for everyone. All I can do is create the best space I can with the help of everyone here to accommodate and provide things that people like for the most people possible. And I'm doing my best to figure out how to be okay with that and how to manifest that without getting caught up in people's disappointments or frustrations or criticisms of how they would do it differently. Because I'm not other people. And there are a lot of people who would do it differently. There's a lot of people who would prefer it to be a different way. And that's okay. Not everyone has to agree with me. But I'm going to try and do my best to do it in a way that's accommodating to the most people. And sometimes there are going to be people who don't like it. I'm going to do just chatting streams, and half the mods aren't going to be here. And that's fair. They don't like just chatting streams. And we're going to do multiplayer games, and some of the mods won't be here for that because they don't like multiplayer games. And that goes for all the other viewers too. Like, I'm using the mods as an example, but that goes for everyone. And that's just the way that is. And I just have to figure out a way to balance it against what I enjoy and what I want for all of you. And also do my best to provide the things that you guys ask for. Which also, just like one little asterisk pin note on the side, like, please let me know what you guys want. Like, please, please, please. Feedback matters so much. Like, I put a lot of threads and stuff in the Discord of like, what would you like to see in the merch store? And what type of content do you like? And all sorts of stuff. Because like, I can't read your minds, and like, feedback matters so much. And like, when you guys clip things that you like and moments that you like, or when you guys ask for content or games that you'd like to see or whatever, like, that helps so, so much. So please, 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 definitely provide me feedback. All I can do is my best. And sometimes I get a little burnt out. And so that's just the best I can do. But I am super glad that you felt really, really welcomed, Akame. That's everything I strive for. And thank you, Blitz. I appreciate it. I'm really, really proud of this community and everyone in it. I think one of the things that I go back to a lot is that I didn't get to choose who came here, right? Each and every single one of you came to this community in one way or another and chose, or some chose to stay and some chose to leave or whatever. But like, who chooses what, I have no power over, other than like just being myself, right? And like setting forth like certain vibes and values or whatever. Like, I can send that out into the world, but like, I don't get to choose how it's received. You guys do. And I am constantly grateful and thankful and impressed by the fucking kick-ass community that we've built here. I fully recognize and cannot put into words how lucky I am to have such a cool, awesome, wonderful group of people that have chosen to be a part of this. Because, as I said, this isn't my community, it's our community, and we built it. And I can guide that in different directions, but ultimately you guys are the ones who does it. So, anyway, I do my best. And I'm not always perfect, and I'm not always feeling great about it. And sometimes I get a little down, or sometimes I don't really know what to do or whatever. I get lost along the way, and I apologize for that. But it really means a lot to me. And Thursday is going to be chaotic and crazy. And I will say, for what it's worth, I did really enjoy today. And I do think that at least once a month we should do like some sort of just chatting thing. I don't know if that's going to be tied into random encounters or if it'll be a separate stream or whatever. But I would very much like to have more just chatting, at least as like a semi-regular thing for those who do enjoy it. Exactly. That's true. That's true, Safune. Thank you, Emmy. You're always welcome. All right, everybody. Well, we're a little over time, and I need to eat dinner. So we're gonna raid off. Let me find somebody to raid off to. There's a decent amount of options today. A lot of partners though. Let's see. I'll give you guys some options, right? So we've got a number of big streams, but I try not to send you guys to too big of streams because I know that a lot of people here like more vibey streams. So I'll give you people under 40 viewers. So we've got Hunt, we've got Warzone, we've got Retro, we've got a Iron Man Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green run, it looks like. Is that everyone who's live? I think that's everyone who's live. Or if anyone has a suggestion, we do have a we have a guide the raid reward if somebody wants to guide the raid as well. What are we feeling? What would you guys like to see? I take out my teeth in the meantime. Hope nobody's squeamish of Invisalign. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. Snoozing babe. Easy. Done. All right, everybody. Sending you off the snoozing babe. She's playing Hunt. If you don't know her, she's wonderful. She's a fun little hunt streamer who does a lot of hunt content. Show her some love. She's super friendly. And then I'll see you guys on Thursday for some Mage Arena. Thank you guys all for hanging out. A couple quick thank yous before we go. Jackie for the resub, Envy for the resub, Rin for the resub. Welcome back to the table around the 3 of you. Everyone who redeemed different treats and rewards, thank you so much. Everyone who participated in chatting, I hope you had fun. And thanks for the music suggestions, all sorts of fun stuff. Today was a really fun stream. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Good night, farewell, make every day an adventure. Bye bye.